Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our weather forecast for this week. And we've got a lot of high pressure around, but despite the mostly dry forecast, every day comes with a risk of downpours, and they actually could be quite heavy. So let me explain what's going on. We've got two big highs in charge, one to the west, the other to the east. They're both producing the same weather, they both have anticyclonic winds, but the one to the west means it's pulling up a sou'wester on the west coast, the one to the east, a nor'easter on the east coast. So opposing winds are meeting in the middle, and that's why we see this risk of afternoon downpours. That's what this map shows you, that afternoon cloud build-up and the risk of some downpours coming out of it. Here's the rain map for Monday afternoon, and you can see around mid-afternoon we're seeing these downpours coming through inland areas of both islands, although some on the west coast down around Fiordland might be quite heavy right up against that coastal area. Now, with these downpours, some people are asking, will there be a risk of thunder? Maybe. Moderate risk we are seeing today. That's what these areas in blue show. A bit of a risk of some thunder, but it is very isolated, and if it was a high risk, you'd be seeing sort of yellows and reds appearing in this map, not blue, which is at the lower end. So this is how we look for the next few days ahead. Tuesday, once again, high pressure to the west and to the east, and afternoon downpours. Inland, mostly around the ranges. Most places are dry, but those who get those downpours, they could be quite heavy. By Wednesday, similar sort of setup, downpours mostly around the North Island this time, a couple around the South Island, maybe a little bit lighter as we head through Wednesday. By Thursday, downpours continue around parts of the North Island, but in the South Island we've got a change. We're back to westerlies. It'll get pretty warm around the eastern side, and then you've got this burst of rain coming into Southland later on. As we head in towards Friday, there is that cooler change coming into the south, a bit of rain, but also look at all the high air pressure around the country. There's no shortage of highs around, and that's the reason why we're seeing this drier than average trend continuing. And as we head in towards Saturday, look at that, all the highs are in charge, and so therefore we're not really seeing much rain get in there, but a little bit on the west coast, maybe a little bit spilling over into some parts of the South Island. So a mostly dry week ahead, but with the risk of downpours, there might even be the risk of some isolated, very localised flooding, where you get those big, heavy downpours and they're not really moving away. So just be aware, even though we've got a mostly dry week on the way, these downpours will be popping up each and every day across both islands. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Tuesday.